All right, so welcome back to another video. As you guys know, my name is Dalen Anderson. Today, we are going to be talking about why using your imagination will make you more successful. So, let's get straight into it. We have a few different reasons why using your imagination will make you more successful. So let's talk about the first reason. The first reason is directing life path. Okay? So in life, we have choices that we have to make. And a lot of times when we're choosing things, we use our imagination to see the potential outcomes of different choices that we're making. And if we have cultivated our imagination in such a way that we're able to see those scenarios accurately. Nobody's perfect at this, but you can absolutely get yourself to a place where you can see things more accurately than most people maybe would. And so you're able to use your imagination to direct your life path through different scenarios. You can also see maybe one path has certain aspects of it that aren't as attractive to you in one way or another. Maybe spiritually they're not as attractive to you, right? Maybe it's just not what you want to do or whatever. So you're able to use that as a way to effectively make choices. This also includes planning. So sometimes instead of just choosing between two things in life, maybe you need a plan. And with that plan, maybe there's a way to integrate multiple different life paths in an effective way, or transition from one to another, or whatever, right? So through the imagination, we're able to direct our life path better than if you just weren't thinking about it, if you were just letting life happen to you. But through the active and direct use of your imagination, you can direct your life as well. So that's one reason why using your imagination will make you more successful. And you could do a whole video about pretty much every single one of these, but today's video is kind of shorter, so we're just going to go through little parts of each one, basically. So the other thing with your imagination is thinking of ideas, right? So obviously, if you're an inventor, or maybe you are writing a book and you're creating a whole world for your book, or maybe, you make movies, whatever your thing is, right? Through the power of your imagination, you're able to think of different ideas. And a lot of times, even without thinking of an idea, sometimes it'll just come to you. You'll just have an idea come to you in your mind, and you'll see it in your imagination. But also through the direct use of your imagination, consciously and actively, and directing your imagination, you can think of new ideas. You can think of new inventions. You can think of new books, right? Whatever your thing is. There's books, movies, artistic projects. Maybe you're a home designer, and just an infinite amount of things I can't even think of right off the bat here that we could talk about, of different areas that people use their imagination to either invent or create creative pieces of art, music, literature, right? And that's all done in their mind through thinking, through the power of their imagination. And so, thinking of ideas. Sometimes it's shown to you, like you just have something that comes to you through inspiration. And other times, through the direct creative use of your imagination, you think of your own ideas. But the more that you personally directly cultivate your imagination and use it, you're going to think of more and more ideas that will just come to you because you'll already be in that place. So yeah, thinking of ideas is great. You know, inventors, we have so many awesome inventions in today's world. This camera that I'm using, my phone, this whiteboard is a pretty cool invention in all reality. So that's all because of what happened in somebody's mind. They thought of creating these things in their mind. They imagined what the world could look like. And so, yeah, it's really powerful. The other thing, instead of picking life paths, the other thing is maybe you've already set a goal on what you want so you can visualize. So you can visualize your goals, and through the process of imagining yourself actually experiencing those things, like if you can catch the experience in your imagination, you're able to actually bring those things into your life a lot more effectively than if you were to just kind of sit around and basically just hope that your goals happen. So through the process of visualization, it becomes real to you. Because basically, those things that you imagine in your mind can't really tell the difference between reality and what you're imagining. So through the direct cultivation of your imagination and directly using it, deliberately, purposefully, you're able to see yourself in the future the way that the life that you want to live, living that life, and the same neurons are firing in your brain as if you're actually living that life. So you start to think and behave as that person would think and behave. That's why it's so important to have a goal for yourself, to have a list of values, to have an idea of the type of person you want to become, how you want to behave, how you want to treat people, how your character is as a person, and to really direct that and to have a goal, because then you can visualize it, and through the process of visualizing it, you will become that person. So you can visualize your future as well. Once you've set a goal of what you want to do, once you have a plan, right, then you can visualize yourself living that. There's just two more here and then we're going to be done. The other thing you can use your imagination for is resolving your past, right? So just like how you can use your imagination to visualize your future, you can also go back in your mind and recognize different things in the past and gain a greater understanding of it, instead of just accepting, maybe somebody treated you badly when you were younger. You can go back in your memory and you can change the way that you see that person in your mind, and you can resolve your feelings about that person through your imagination. So that's called resolving your past, right? And you can do it with people, you can do it with events, you can just do it with your own mistakes. Maybe you've made mistakes, you can give yourself love and understand where you were at that place when you made those mistakes, and forgive yourself or forgive other people through the process of your imagination. Seeing those things happening, imagining yourself resolving it, bringing light into the situation in your mind through your imagination can be extremely powerful for unlocking your true understanding of who you are and forgiving yourself and others in a really powerful way. So resolving your past. Last but not least is understanding life, right? Understanding life. So understanding life is the last one on the list today, but it's super, super important, because this is probably one of the really cool things, at least on the list for me, one of the coolest things is understanding life. Through the power of our imagination, we can see the way life works. We can visualize things in our minds. How does an apple fall, right? How does gravity work? How does light travel through space and time? That's exactly what Einstein was imagining in his mind while he was riding his bicycle. So through the process of our imagination, we can understand the way reality itself works. We can gain understanding. And really, it's just our choice if we choose to start thinking about those things and immerse ourselves with our imagination in the world around us and get curious about life a little bit. You'll start seeing things that you never imagined that you were going to see. You're going to start unlocking aspects of reality and seeing things that you never saw before, all through the power of your imagination. A lot of the greatest discoveries throughout time in different fields, whether it's physics, math, science, they were done through the power of the imagination. These ideas were visualized in somebody's mind, and they were able to understand life better as a result of what they saw in their minds. So this is definitely super cool, something that I love personally to use. And every day I'll notice little things about reality that, because I use my imagination frequently, I'm able to pull things and extract truth just from living my everyday life through the power of my imagination. So yeah, you can understand a lot about life just through your imagination. So those are different reasons why your imagination, your mind, will make you more successful. Again, we're just going to name them off. We're not going to discuss them anymore. Directing your life path, thinking of ideas, right? So directing your life path, making choices, planning, thinking of ideas, inventing business ideas, creative work, building worlds. Maybe you're making books, writing books, right? Making movies, artistic worlds, projects. Visualizing your future, if you've set a goal to see yourself already achieving it, already doing it. And resolving your past, forgiving yourself and others, bringing light into past memories, situations. And of course, understanding life, right? Like I said, Einstein was imagining the way a light particle moved when he was riding his bicycle. When he started to think of the way that light worked, that later, I believe, led to the theory of relativity. So just through that imaginative act that he did on his bike led to the theory of relativity, which is super cool, right? It's super powerful thing that we have today because Albert Einstein was using his imagination. So those are the different things that you guys can start thinking about. Use your imagination, and it's going to change your life. It's going to bring a lot of power into your life. You're going to start seeing things you never could see before, start coming up with creative ideas, inventions, maybe books or creative work, whatever you're doing, business ideas, whatever you're creating, maybe a combination of those things. Through the power of your imagination, you're going to unlock doors in your life and just understand things in a way you never could. So yeah, imagination is super, super powerful. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love and appreciate every single one of you. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And as always, peace be unto you.